emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
And a good evening to you from Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon. It's the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, along with the Danville Blue Devils and the East Knox Bulldogs ahead of their clash on Friday night in week number 10. It is the Devil Dog game, and that game will be broadcast on the Super Q 93.7 as well as live stream on our WNBO Facebook page, and we're going to have a great time on Friday night. That means roundtable starts at 6, and then we'll roll until 10:30. It was a long day for me, but we're going to have some fun. Devil Dog game, and looking forward to that. Well, again, we got Coach Matt Bloom with us, so we thank him for joining us here on the program. Carson Proper is with us. Wesley Payne, we thank them for joining us here on the program. All right, we're having some fun here tonight as we are getting ready for the Devil Dog game on Friday night. We do this every time. This is one of those ones you can put in permanent marker. Week number 10, we know that we're going to have Danville and East Knox down here to talk about their seasons and obviously the game on Friday night. Well, Coach, obviously last year you guys had a wildly successful season. A lot of people say that if you hadn't gotten lined up there with Dalton, you probably are playing for a state championship, and then you kind of wonder where it goes from there. Maria Stein Marion Local's really good, though. But you guys have really just come right out, aside from a couple of ball games here this year, have played really good football, and you are looking forward for an opportunity at the Devil Dog game this upcoming Friday night. But let's go back just to last week. And you think about last week, you took on the Fredericktown Freddies, and realistically speaking, we went into this year, and again, kind of an almost a wide-open field with the K-MAC. Centerburg's always there. You guys are always there. You talked about we don't rebuild at Danville, we reload. And you got Fredericktown, who's got some pieces that came back, and the East Knox Bulldogs bringing back a number of pieces as well. So it's going to be a competitive league, and every year it's like that, and here we are. Same thing in 2024, Matt.
Yeah, no, it's a good competitive league. Week in and week out, you're facing a lot of good football players. So, credit to our kids, from our Week 5 loss at Northmore, rebounding and, embracing the adversity, embracing the challenges that came with that loss and rebounding and, winning off 4 straight. That's not easy to do in any league, but especially ours, that's a challenge. So, just really proud of how resilient our kids have been this season. It always hasn't been easy, but I think it's been a really fun season. They're a good group to coach. They're coachable. They work hard. They give me everything they have, and at the end of the day, that's all I ask. So just really lucky to be with this group, ready to go to Week 10, and we're going to be in a dogfight, and we know that going in, but we're going to give it everything we have. So,
Carson, what year are you in school?
I'm a junior.
Junior. So you got one more year with Matt over here, so going to have some fun. Looking at this year, now you're getting ready for the Devil Dog game. I'm going to ask you about that too, but the expectations for you guys going into the year, we're going into week number 10, so it's tough to say, what are your expectations going into the year when the season's almost over? But you feel like you guys have kind of met some of the things that Coach mentioned that he wanted you guys to do, and just individually what you wanted to do as well?
Yeah, well, one of our biggest messages was, it's on my shirt, sustain the standard.
Yeah.
And I think we've done that very well. I mean, we've lost 2 tough teams.
Yeah.
We get lost against them. But I think we bounced back well, and I think that just shows that we're a hard-working team and we're going to fight.
And, there's an expectation in Danville. And Coach mentioned it during the summer when I talked to him. He said, we don't rebuild here. There are some pieces that left, but we reload and we just step right into it. What position do you play there?
A free safety.
Free safety. So you're running around, you're hitting people, man. It's fun. I know you're one of the top guys in interceptions in the conference as well. So we appreciate you joining us here on the program. 4 interceptions. It's tied for second in the league. So, you get a couple more on Friday night there, Carson. It feels pretty good. Think about defensively hitting people, free safety, and kind of what Danville is. It's a physical brand. That's what you guys are known for, is physical brand. And when you go into the season, what was kind of the message to the rest of the defense that Coach mentioned for you to to just go up and hit people hard, be aggressive? Is that what you guys want to do defensively for the Danville Blue Devils?
Yeah, I think one of our biggest things is be physical. That's like our message almost every game. Our message this week is physicality.
Yeah.
And that's how we win a lot of close games against similar opponents is we just out-physical them.
Yeah, and you guys right now only sitting at 2 losses. And if I looked correctly on Joe Idle, did you guys move up to number 1? Or are you still at number 2? Are you still 2?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
Wesley looked at it.
Yeah,
I thought
couldn't even tell you, honestly.
Well, that's good. You don't even look.
I'll worry about that next week.
Yeah, I like that. Wesley, what position you play?
I play receiver and DB.
All right, so yeah, on the outside on both the defense and the offense, what did you want to accomplish this year for yourself? Some of the things you wanted to make sure that you did well this year.
This year, I would like to get more interceptions than I had last year. It's always get more tackles.
You got 3.
Yeah, and just try and be as much of a help to my team as I can and just help us to give us the best chance to win. So.
Yeah. What year are you in school?
I'm a junior as well.
Oh, you got 2 juniors here. Sometimes you only bring seniors.
Well,
yeah, get some juniors in here. I like it.
It's cool for me, too. I when I took over, these guys were freshmen. So
cool.
I've kind of been able to coach them all the way through and be able to see them grow and into their respective positions and be leaders on our team and lead our back half of the defense. So it's been a really cool experience for me to see these guys grow, and they're doing a phenomenal job. So, yeah, I wanted to give them an opportunity to come and speak. It's not always about the seniors, too. You know? Juniors deserve some love.
Yeah, I like it. You guys got punched in the mouth against Northmore, but we talked about you rebounded with that. So what has been the change from that ball game? Obviously, you went to Hopewell Loudon, too, on the road. You make that a long trip there. That was a little bit of a closer game there. But what changed after that Northmore game to get kind of back on track, Matt?
I think sometimes you need kicked in the teeth to figure out who you truly are, and I think that's what happened to us. You know, it's a humbling experience when you go into those types of games, and that's the result. But one night doesn't define who you are. It's about a collective season, so just really proud of the way our kids have responded and rebounded from that loss. Obviously, it's tough, and Northmore's a great team. Don't want to take anything away from them, but I'm just proud of how our team has responded. I think offensively we found our identity, being able to run the ball and then having a good passing game to complement it, and we're working on that every week. And defensively stop the run, force them into passing situations, which we have, and our DBs have gotten better each game throughout the years. So, to answer that question, I think we have found ourselves and who we are, and we're going to keep getting 1% better each week, and hopefully we can just keep playing a lot of weeks of football.
You know, I asked a little bit about that game against Northmore, and with them, they're going to sling the ball around. So these two guys are very important to, having that success against. And that's, again, A.J. Bauer's a real deal at quarterback over there, and it is tough against them. But you guys seem to figure something out and put it together since that point. And you face some teams that can toss the pigskin around a little bit. You figured some things out. What were some of the things you wanted to work on after that ball game?
I think defensively it was all about alignment and communication. We need to do a better job of being balanced, any formation we were given, and getting lined up correctly and communicating the back half, making sure our box and our DBs are on the same page. And, it was kind of just a realization moment that, what do we need to do better from a coaching perspective and a playing perspective? And, I think we have done that. When you rattle off 4 wins, I think that kind of shows you growth. I think that comes from our players and our coaches. I think we've just done a better job of putting our kids in a position to succeed, and then they've done a better job of executing. So, like I said at the beginning, sometimes you get kicked in the teeth, you figure out who you truly are, and I think we have, and just really proud of the way our kids have responded.
Hey, Carson, what changed with this team after the Northmore game, and as you guys kind of get on a little bit of a roll here, and now you're getting ready for the Devil Dog game on Friday night?
Well, one, I think we started taking practice a lot more serious. Like, in terms of when we did our 7-on-7 periods, we started to communicate more, fly to the ball, and just make plays more.
Yeah. Wesley, what do you think it maybe changed a little bit in terms of what you guys were wanting to do after that Northmore game?
A lot of the time I really feel like we were in position to make a play, and we just didn't come up with it. So just, like, knowing that if we get our alignment right and we do what we're coached to do, that we can make any play we want to, and it's going to be there.
Now, I'm not going to talk about the Northmore game all night long, but I do want to ask you a little bit about, did you feel like you got pressure up front? Was that maybe something you guys wanted to work on, or did you get enough pressure up front?
Yeah, in those types of games, it's kind of tough because, with the 2 receiving threats they have on the outside, he can just kind of sit back there, and as soon as he gets the ball, he's throwing it up. So, obviously, that's always something we want to get, and I think to answer your question, last 2 weeks especially, we've done a really good job affecting opposing quarterbacks. And, it's not always about sacks. It's about quarterback hurries, too, and I think that plays a big role into it as well. But, yeah, definitely, I think that's something we've improved on a lot.
All right, Matt Bloom, we appreciate him joining us here. Carson Proper, Wesley Payne, we thank them for spending some time with us here tonight. Do want to thank Coverage Electric Plumbing and Construction. Of course, Griffin Insurance, our title sponsor. Page One Group, you see there, Knox County Veteran Services among our sponsors here. And, of course, Pizza Cottage, South Main Street in Mount Vernon. Let's take this break. We'll come back. Talk some more with the Danville Blue Devils. It's the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show live from Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products is how you keep people coming back. That's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-4240 or visit us at 10 East Vine Street.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Coverage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel. Coverage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Coverage Electric and Plumbing is a proud sponsor of The Ohio State University.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products is how you keep people coming back. That's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-4240 or visit us at 10 East Vine Street.
Your sinks are backed up.
All right, we are back here at Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon. Thanks for joining us. And again, we appreciate the Danville Blue Devils joining us here tonight. Coach Matt Bloom, thank him for joining us here on the program. Carson Proper, Wesley Payne, and the Danville Blue Devils, East Knox Bulldogs facing off in Howard. What is it, 7 miles apart? Is that right?
Somewhere in there.
Something like that?
Yeah, we have to get Apple Maps out.
I would have to get Apple Maps out as soon as I leave the radio station, as the running joke is. There's like a thing out there, if I'm going to mention it. But, I have to mention that I got lost. Shout out Mr. Bozart. Branton. He says he has a room for me in the basement there or something. I don't know.
Living legend.
Yeah. That was funny because it wasn't until many years later that I figured out that that's whose house I had gone to find directions.
He's our guy.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us here. And let's go back, though, to this last ball game. Took on the Fredericktown Freddies. Tell you what, that was a tight football game. I mean, you think about going in at the half, you guys were trailing that ball game at the break, right? And so what was the message at halftime? You're playing a Fredericktown team. Look, they got some pieces there. Brody Davis was out, but, Sipes is a really good quarterback, and they've got a good offensive line. They got some pieces there. What did you guys talk about at halftime?
Yeah, I think we had to make some small adjustments defensively on how to handle kind of Sipes' quarterback speed on his outside runs, and just execute our base stuff offensively and defensively. And really proud of the way kids came out in the second half and fought and clawed, and able to have some really explosive touchdowns Friday night. That was a positive. And, I think we've done a good job this year, kind of grinding out drives, but being able to see 50, 60-yard touchdowns, that's also a good thing to kind of put your offense over the top. So I think, each week we've gotten better in some aspect, and I think that last week that was definitely that. But defensively made some really good adjustments. I thought our DBs played really well, forced 12 out of 34 attempts throwing the ball. So I thought we did some really good things all around, and, we're going to build off of that on the week 10. So. All right. 331 yards rushing. Yeah.
Is that the recipe here for this team?
Yeah, I mean that's the standard.
Yeah.
Coming into any game, we want to be able to run the football and stop the run. And if we want to be successful, those are the things we're going to have to do. So, and like I had already said, that's a big number, and a lot of those came off explosive plays. And when you're able to grind out drives, but also have 1 or 2 play drives too, that's a big help. To kind of killing the momentum of another team. So, but overall, really pleased with our performance, and hopefully this week we can put 4 quarters together and keep on building.
And you got some pieces with this team that, you knew some of the guys that were going to be there, and these 2 guys, and Josh Byers defensively was going to be running all over the place and things, and then you got some guys that are just stepping into roles and succeeding right now.
Yeah, no, we look at playing young guys as a positive thing.
Yeah.
We play a lot of sophomores. We started freshmen, and we look at that as a positive thing. We want them to be able to get reps and play from a very young age. He plays a sophomore.
Yeah.
He plays a freshman and a sophomore.
Yeah.
So when you're able to do those things and build the reps over time, it's going to only add to positive things. So when we're playing young guys, we don't use it as an excuse. We use that as a thing that we can build on and keep going. So we love it, and we're going to keep on getting better.
Person, is it easier that when you were younger? Now you already got that experience under the Friday Night Lights, and now it's like, okay, it's not as intimidating under the Friday Night Lights on Tough Street as it was when you were younger.
No, I definitely think it's gotten a little less of a big moment.
Yeah.
It's more of I'm used to it now,
Yeah.
so I can just make the play and not get too worried on the play that's about to happen.
No. Oh, Wesley, is it for you? You're not worried about the bright lights now. You've gotten a chance to play under the Friday Night Lights, and now that you're older, it's just kind of running through almost like it's practice, but it's on a Friday night instead.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten used to it. Before every game, I think everybody just gets butterflies just because they're amped up. But I've definitely become accustomed to it. So.
Yeah, I ran track for a while. I tell you, if I ran 300-meter hurdles, and I'd sit there and the gun would get ready to go off, but I'd have some butterflies. Yeah. And then, I would get finished and wonder what I was doing. And then I got into broadcasting, and here we are today.
There you go.
But last week when you play a Fredericktown team, that was a pretty big game for you. You got computer points. They're a Division V school. You guys are a Division VII school. So there's a lot on the line in that ball game. But that's what you look forward to in Danville, and these kids are pretty much used to that at this point.
Those are the types of games we want to play in. We're not scared to play anybody. This week will mark our 4th Division V team we played all year, so we're used to playing up. We've grown accustomed to it, just like Wesley had mentioned. We're not afraid of any challenge. We're going to game plan it. We're going to execute it as best as we can. We're going to give our best effort and attack any opportunity we get. So, Fredericktown, that was a great game. Good rivalry matchup. I thought they came out and did some things that we needed to adjust to. But credit goes to them, too. They have some good players. They're well coached, but just proud of the way our kids could respond and attack it. So.
Yeah. And you go into that ball game, you kind of don't know about the Northmore situation. You can't worry about that, obviously, either. You got to go in and take care of business. But a very meaningful game to get the computer points to and to play a tough opponent, because they're teams like Fredericktown are who you're going to start playing once you get deeper into the postseason, and that's going to be a benefit for you guys to have played these types of teams, right, man?
Yeah, I think our conference does a really nice job getting you ready for a playoff run.
Yeah.
I think that speaks to kind of the deep playoff runs we've had the last 2 years is our conference prepares us for that. And, when you keep playing up and you're playing Division 6 and Division 5 teams, and then when you go back in the playoffs and you're playing teams that have the similar numbers as you, it gets you prepared for that. So we obviously like playing in our league, and I think it's a competitive league week in and week out, and we're just ready for any challenge.
Well, let's talk Devil Dog. Devil Dog game is this Friday night, and I've done some Devil Dog games, and we've had a lot of fun checking out Devil Dog games. But I used to do a lot of prep before the Devil Dog games, and I remember going through and it would be like from 1999 through however you guys had won 16 of 17. You guys were just in that one year was 2005, when East Knox and Danville both had good football teams, and of course Centerbird had the run. It was a pretty good conference there that year. You guys had quite the run, and then East Knox had a good run there, and now it's kind of just a back and forth battle between these two teams. Is this good for this rivalry to have this where we don't know who's going to win? It's going to be a dogfight on Friday nights.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the records, you're always going to get a competitive game. They're going to try their best. We're going to try our best. Any type of game you're going to get from us, it's going to be a hard-fought battle. No matter the records. Throw the records out. I know that's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it's true. I mean, their kids are going to be amped up for it. Our kids are going to be amped up for it. It's one of the greatest small school rivalry games there is, and it's fortunate I get to coach in it. It's fortunate for our players that they get to play in something like this where two communities are going to rally behind their back and support them. So, we're just looking forward to the matchup, but it's a day-by-day process. We understand that game's played on Friday night, but at first we got to win Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday first before we even get to worrying about Friday. So we got to take it a day at a time and win every rep in between that.
Last year was a sloppy mess.
It was.
And you probably had to change a little bit of your game plan last year when you think about that ball game. What stood out in the Devil Dog game? I'll ask the kids too, but what stood out to last year's Devil Dog game? It was
just finding a way to win. That's what it comes down to in those types of games.
Yeah.
And I think it's a game we'll probably all remember for the rest of our lives. One, because it destroyed our field completely, and two, it was a really cool moment for our kids to win that on our home field, go 10-0, win a league title, and I think it propelled us into this season too. But those games are awesome. But now it's time to flip the page. We'll focus on this year. But those are always fun games to talk about, too.
I remember being at home, and Adam Delagrange was doing some work on my house, and he pulls in with his truck, and he has grass seed or something in the back of his truck. Like, we're heading to Danville to fix this field for the playoff game. So really cool thing there. What stood out to you last year's Devil Dog game there? And I know you want to flip the page, but I got to ask him here real quick.
Well, obviously the weather.
Yeah.
I've never seen a game played like that before. So I just thought, a lot of stuff we tried to do, we just really couldn't because of the weather. Everybody was slipping and sliding everywhere. It was hard to get a grip, but, we found a way to win, and that's really all that matters.
Well, if you look at it last year, what stood out in the Devil Dog game?
For me, that was definitely the scariest game I've ever been a part of. You really couldn't control anything, it felt like.
Wow.
Anytime you tried to make a move or anything, it was just mud. So, definitely the scariest game I've been a part of.
Yeah, that's got to be the sloppiest Devil Dog game that I've ever seen. But how much do you preach of the importance of this? I ask you this every year. Every year I ask you the same question, Matt. How much importance do you put on the Devil Dog game?
I think they would agree with me. It's something that, in our off-season workouts we mention every single day. They're reminded of it every single day with our countdown clock. The kids respect it, and the kids want to win that game more than anything in their life. And, they're going to give everything they have, and we're going to give everything we have too. So, it's the most important game on our schedule. I'll just come out and say it is what it is. It is.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we always look forward to Week 10, but it's a building process. We got to get there first. So, obviously, just really looking forward to the matchup and what this year's chapter is going to be, and I know our kids are going to be ready for it. So,
how big's the Devil Dog game, Carson?
Almost everybody in my family talks about it all year long. So, obviously, that's a big game for everybody pretty much in Knox County. Everybody wants to know the score of the Devil Dog game and who's going to win.
Yeah.
And so it's really important to me.
We should put it back on Saturdays, shouldn't we, Carson?
I think so, too.
Yeah, you think so? Back on Saturdays. What do you think?
That'd be awesome.
So back on Saturdays? All right, we got 3. What do you think, Gary? Back on Saturdays? Hey, Gary wasn't even – he was a bull. He's a bulldog.
Oh.
So you got to – Yeah, before your time, but he's a bulldog, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Delaney's not a bulldog.
Do you employ anybody from Danville?
Is that? I mean, no. But
wow,
not to say we wouldn't.
Okay.
Not to say we wouldn't,
all
but
right. Whatever.
But if you look at it, your fans are going to be hyped up on Friday night. They always are, whether it's driving that 7 miles or just parking off a tough street. The fans are going to be amped up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. They do a great job in hyping you guys up, don't they?
Yes, they do. We have some of the best supporters in the state, and I sincerely mean that. They do a great job providing us a home field advantage, whether we're at home or on the road. So I know our fans will be ready. They'll be tailgating somewhere beforehand and be ready to get after it come 7 o'clock. So.
Carson, how big are these fans? How awesome?
Oh, it's awesome. I think fans are a huge part of the game. Like, I think a couple games this year, they're the reason we won because we have them behind our back.
Yeah. Your sister cheer loud, or she yell much, or
a decent bit.
All right, she yells a little bit, and Matt yells a little bit, and everybody starts yelling a little bit.
It's a family affair.
Everybody starts getting excited. We have a good time with it. Wesley, the Devil Dog game and the fans for this Devil Dog game, how important are they to come out on Friday night?
They're a big piece. You can always count on them to yell at the rest for us. So.
Yeah.
You got one of them over there. So.
Yeah. Oh, he's over there. Oh, you guys both yell at the fans, or?
Oh, that's good.
That's fine. Okay, that's okay. I mean, you know what? Sometimes you gotta tell them. If they don't know, you gotta tell them. Yeah. Coach, I know we're going to talk about this later on when you and Andy come up here as well, but just to keep this rivalry alive, make it where it continues to be fun the week of, and it doesn't run dry. Because sometimes that happens with rivalries where it's like, you know what, somebody wins so much, it's like, is it even a rivalry anymore? But to keep this alive for as long as it's been alive, because it's been around, it's in 1960? Is that right? I mean, that's when, and then 1961 was the only tie in the series. I got this stuff like stored up there. Yes, and it was 18-18. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I got that all locked in there. But to keep this alive for so long and to continue even beyond this year, how important is that for you guys?
Yeah, we want the rivalry to be strong, and I think Coach Beatty does a great job of that. He gets his players ready and prepared, and for us and our team. So, I think it's a good rivalry. I think it's going to keep on growing from here on out, and we will always respect it. So.
All right, well, Coach, we'll talk to you before the ball game, talk to you after the ball game, and best of luck to the Danville Blue Devils. You take on the East Knox Bulldogs here coming up on Friday night. We'll have the game on the Super Q 93.7 on the radio, and we'll also have it on the WMVO Facebook page, live streaming. The guy behind the camera right now, well, he's going to be at a different game, but Delaney, I think, is going to be at that game. Nope, she's not going to be at that game either.
Man.
I don't even know where my coworker's going to be.
Hire some people from Danville.
Yeah, I got some people from Danville. We'll hire Branton right now.
Yeah, come on.
Branton, you're in. You guys looking for a job now? Yeah. Appreciate Danville joining us. Let's take this break. We'll come back. We'll talk with the East Knox Bulldogs next here. It's the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show from Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon on WMVO.
Things are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Cubbage Electric and Plumbing is a proud sponsor of The Ohio State University.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
All right, we are back here at Pizza Cottage on South Main Street in Mount Vernon, and it is the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show presented by Coverage Electric Plumbing and Construction. Of course, Griffin Insurance, Page One Group, Knox County Veteran Services, among those great sponsors here tonight. And we appreciate the people behind the camera. One is an East Knox Bulldog there for you.
Yeah.
He's back there. They say we don't employ Danville people. We do employ East Knox people. Combined age of the people behind the camera, 30.
30, oh.
Yeah, 30 years old now. I'm kidding. Only 38. Right, 38? Yeah, 38. Yeah, about that. So, but appreciate Delaney and Gary with 2 R's. That's Delaney with an L. All right, so we appreciate them being behind the cameras. All right, let's talk East Knox Bulldogs football. I got to tell you guys off the top, if you didn't know this, I know Coach Beatty knows this. I went to Centerburg. So I know you just played Centerburg. I know you probably don't like me right now, but there we go. I've been at school for a really long time. That's why I have gray in my beard. But, Coach, you guys are getting ready for the Devil Dog game. It's going to be fun this week. We've got Coach Andy Beatty here with us. We've got Landon Dawson and Rush Beatty. So we appreciate you guys joining us here on the program. Rush is a great name. Not that Landon's not a great name either, but Rush, you should put him on the edge.
Yeah, well, when we named him, we did have football in mind.
Oh, you did?
So, yeah. It works out.
All right. Well, my son's name's Jan Brantley, of a baseball player. So, but, so he's going to have to move to an edge rusher at some point in his career.
I like it.
But appreciate you guys joining us here. So, Coach, we talked about it. You guys have had some you had some pieces that graduated. You had some guys going to have to move into some different roles. And here you are getting ready for the Devil Dog game. You never know what's going to happen with the Devil Dog game as guys get ready to play in your home field this week. But as you look at it, you head into week number 10. I was kind of asking, just like I was asking Danville there too, you had expectations going into the year. You feel like you've met some of those expectations, and maybe there are some things that you still want to work on as you go into week number 10.
Yeah, I mean, obviously where we're sitting for the season is not where we wanted to be. There is definitely positive things that are happening, but we were hoping to be in a much different spot. But I think a lot of that kind of goes to the league that we're in. I mean, playing Northmore, Fredericktown, Centerburg, back to back, and everybody's playing in the league. But those are really good football programs, really good teams, really good coaching. Of course, we're getting ready to play a really good football team with good coaching, and so it's one of those where, in this league, if there's weakness, it's going to be found. As all of us coaches know each other very well, know personalities well, and so we still have a lot we want to improve on. And in fact, today practice went over about 20 minutes, and Powder Puff started late because we're still trying to improve on everything.
Yeah, as you get into the work continues, even if you're going into week number 10, the work continues for you guys here. And Landon, as you look here at this season, and you guys sit at 4-4 right now, getting ready to play the Devil Dog game at home. What were some of the highlights here of this season? You guys had a situation where you won 4 out of 5 games, had a 3-game win streak, so there's been success in there in a tough league. What are some of the things that you've looked at this year as the positives from your season?
I think playing D-line for the first time and doing pretty good at it has probably been some of my highlights, and starting both ways as a freshman probably been pretty exciting for me. So
defensive and offensive line, is that what you play?
I play D-end, and then offense I play kind of like a tight end.
Okay, there you go. Well, we appreciate you spending some time with us. When we talk about what coach wanted you, when you're this young, you were just playing 8th grade football. I mean, there's a big difference between 8th grade football and varsity football. What did Coach tell you about maybe that transition, and has it been kind of what he's told you, and maybe a little more physical here as a freshman?
Definitely more physical, and the guys are a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot more physical and harder. So you kind of have to work twice as hard. And
Rush, what year are you in school? You a freshman too?
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
All right, a couple freshmen out here. Boy, I don't know if we've had 2 freshmen on the show ever in all the years.
You said combined age there was 30. This is the combined age of 30.
Yeah,
That's actually right here. So 2 15-year-olds.
Did you have to drive them both?
Yeah, they rode with me. Yeah.
Okay. Did they have driver's licenses?
No, not yet.
You guys excited about that? I'm sure. You get there. Rush, what position you play?
I play strong safety and receiver.
All right. So on both sides of the ball too. And you prefer defense or offense?
I prefer defense.
All right. Well, you're doing pretty well defensively this year. I was looking at some of the numbers and different things for this year, and obviously defensively, you're doing a nice job in the secondary. 3 interceptions, one of the tops in the league too. What were some of the things that you wanted to accomplish as a freshman? I know it's tough because you're talking about guys who some of them have been playing there for their 4th year at the varsity level. But as a freshman going in, what were some of the expectations you had and some of the goals that you had?
I mean, just be like a difference maker.
Yeah.
Like, don't give up crazy touchdowns and stuff. Just do my job, really.
Yeah. Didn't you have like an 80-yard interception return for a touchdown?
Yeah.
Did you get winded at the end of that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Bobbing and weaving. Was that your top moment of the year?
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be fun to do that. And, when we look at this season, and you talk about young guys like this that are coming in, and you expect growing pains, right, for freshmen. Guys are going to get burned uncovered sometimes. They're going to miss a block here and there. It's just going to happen. It's how it is with young guys and stuff. Right. But getting them to buy in now and then having that experience as they get into their junior and their senior year, that's invaluable.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, getting an opportunity to see how the game is different from junior high to high school. They get an opportunity to see kind of what they need to improve on, what it's going to look like to be successful. And, there were multiple times last week and the 2 weeks before where we're playing, there's 8 freshmen or sophomore on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's a big hurdle to overcome. And so as a coaching staff, we want to be mindful to put them in the best spot to be successful and give them that experience, but also make sure that we're not just throwing them out to the wolves. And our young core has done a phenomenal job of just emptying the tank, giving us everything they've got. And so it's really exciting to see, and the future feels really bright at East Knox.
Of course, you have some veterans. Of course, you have some pieces there. Jack Lester and Blake Elliott, just to name a couple, just off the top there. How important have they been to the growth of the young guys and just their play in general for this team? Yeah,
it's been huge. I mean, it has been really cool to watch that grow, that connection that they have together. Our defense is so reliant on everybody doing their 1/11th and then communicating and trusting that, okay, I'm following my rules and this guy needs to follow his rules. And so when you have leaders like Blake Elliott and Shane Gardner and Jack Lester and Parker Kimball setting the tone and doing that over and over, it's just kind of what they do, and so that just has that trickle effect there.
You had a 3-game win streak. Obviously, you start off with a young Loudonville team that's got a lot of youth, just kind of like you guys do, and play Cardington Lincoln's got a good running back there, top in the league there, and then you've got Mount Gilead, who's improving. Coach Reed's doing a nice job over there, and you get that 3-game win streak. What was kind of the feeling for you guys? I mean, you get those 3 wins. You've won 4. You won, 4 out of 5 at that point. What was kind of the feeling for your team at that point?
Yeah, I think to be totally honest with you, I think at that point we knew our margin for error was thin. And so kind of going into some of those games, I felt like we did a lot of things really well. But we also knew, man, if we have moments where we don't, our margin for error is going to be so thin that teams will exploit that. And a game that really stands out to me is the Fredericktown game, because we actually were moving the ball really well at many different times. Yet, we'd have some of these mistakes or errors that would kind of disrupt us, and it was hard to get our team back on track from that. And so, I think that was kind of the feel, is like, hey, we are rolling. But understanding that it wasn't, they weren't easy wins. Even if the score might have looked lopsided in our league, the winning is tough. And so, some of those scores weren't maybe as big as they even looked.
Landon, what were some of the things that when you guys were winning those games at Loudonville, Cardington, Mount Gilead, that you felt like your team was doing well? Some of the things that you guys felt like, hey, we're having success doing that you guys need to do to be successful?
I think one of the best things we do is probably run the ball, and we had a lot of good runs, and just putting everything together and seeing it work out was pretty cool.
Yeah, of course, you guys shut out 2 of those games, too. So you guys on the defense were doing pretty well there. What went well defensively against teams like, Mount Gilead, they run like a wing T type thing. They're going to ground and pound with you. What'd you guys do in a game like that? And then, Loudonville's got a good receiver over there. Some of the things that you guys felt like you did in those games to have that success to pick up those wins.
I think our backers did pretty good, and our D-line did pretty good at keeping our backers free so that, they could read it and make the play. And then Mount Gilead, it was slippery and couldn't really, plant off anything. So, you really just had to take up as much people as you could so that everybody else could roam free and do whatever they needed to do.
Rush, you look at that 3-game win streak against Loudonville, 34-0, against Cordington Lincoln, 49-22, and against Mount Gilead, 20-0. What do you feel like your team did in that 3-game stretch that you had that success? Again, these guys, Cordington Lincoln's got the top rusher in the league. Loudonville's got the top receiver in the league. These guys may not have a great record, but they have some serious pieces. You guys took care of business.
Just like we could just run the ball. That's what we do. But I think we just do that really good that game. Yeah. Those 3 games, every game really. Yeah. But
this game could be on Friday night. Could be like an hour long. You realize that, Andy? We could have an hour-long football game.
Right.
If Danville runs it like they've done, you guys run it.
Yeah. I know. I know both of our personalities. We want to run the ball first, second, and third. That's our option A, B, and then C. So. It could be one of those where all of a sudden you look up, first quarter is over, and each team's had the ball maybe a handful of times.
Well, let's go back to last week. We won't talk about it long, but we'll look at the Centerburg game. You lose 40-6. At Miles Marshall had a big ball game, ran for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. And you guys go to Centerburg. It's a tough place to win. They're a physical football team over there in Centerburg, too, just like Danville is, just like East Knight. It's almost like how the whole conference is for the KMAC. When you look at film on a Saturday, do you throw the film out? Do you look at that? What do you see from that game Saturday?
Oh no, we watched that. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure the boys wish we had thrown that film out, but no, I think that's the reality of life. Is when things don't go your way, you can bury your head in the sand and pretend it didn't happen, or lean in and learn from it because failure at some point is going to be inevitable in life or football. So being able to learn from it and improve, and that was our big message was. Watching the film usually kind of helps. It kind of calms me down a little bit.
Yeah.
This weekend it was the opposite because as I watched it, I realized, and Centerburg did a phenomenal job, but we did not help ourselves a whole lot with some of the execution, and so it gives us what we need to improve on.
Yeah. You look back at that game again. You think about it, Landon. 40-6. What stood out in that ball game against Centerburg? You say, hey, you know what? We can improve. Even though it's just like 7 days away, you can figure this out and make the adjustments to knock off Danville at home. He's at a loss for words, Coach.
Well, I think because they really just beat us on the run. They beat us on their long runs. They didn't really have any long passing plays, I don't think. So just learning from our mistakes and figuring out what we need to do right.
Yeah, Rush, you look at that Centerburg game. I know you probably were forced to watch it over and over on loop in your house. No, but when you look back at that ball game, what did you want to fix going into this week as you take on Danville?
Just as a team coming in ready to go.
Yeah.
It takes us a few plays to get going, but just going in ready to go. But I think this week is already better. We've been locked in all week. So.
All right, very cool. Well, we're going to be talking about the Devil Dog game on Friday night and some of your fans as well. We got to mention the horn because if I don't, I get trouble.
Yeah,
we could have let it come down here,
Well, I think the horn. She's actually in Florida. I think helping with hurricane recovery and stuff.
Well, that's a fantastic thing.
Well, we'll find a backup horn tutor.
So
yeah,
don't worry. She left the horn here.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you where, but it's
right,
it's safe. Don't worry.
I won't ask anymore. The only person that has the information in the key is Gary because he went to East Knox.
That's right.
He's locking his lips. But we're going to be talking about the Devil Dog game and more here coming up. East Knox Bulldogs, we appreciate them joining us. Once again, thanks to Page One Group, as well as Coverage Electric Plumbing and Construction, Knox County Veteran Services, as well as Pizza Cottage, some of our great sponsors here tonight for the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Let's take this break. We'll come back. More of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show from Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon. Coming up.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products is how you keep people coming back. That's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-4240 or visit us at 10 East Vine Street.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Coverage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel. Coverage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Coverage Electric and Plumbing is a proud sponsor of The Ohio State University.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
All right, we are back here at Pizza Cottage. Thanks for joining us. And again, we're going to be back here next week at 7 o'clock. Looking forward to that. But this upcoming Friday night, don't forget, we've got the Devil Dog game on the Super Q 93.7, of course, live streaming as well. And that's still going to be on the WMVO Facebook page, right, Gary? That's what I thought. So Gary knows. That's why I asked him, and he's back there. He knows. I would have asked Delaney. She probably wouldn't have. She would have probably known, too. But I didn't know. But anyway, it's live streaming there, and WQIO on the radio. So be listening in or watching in for that Devil Dog game. How much importance, I would say, do you preach on this? But no, how much do you put on the Devil Dog game?
Well, it's fun. It's interesting in our communities being so close. You don't necessarily have to put the extra importance on it because it's there. The kids are always talking about it. They're talking about their friends or their not friends that are playing for the other school, and so it's always present. It seems like, and so for us, with it being week 10 and the way teenage minds work, you need to embrace and understand that it is there, but also make sure that you try to take care of what is right in front of you. And so we always try to find that balance, but. Make no mistake about it. We're always really well aware of when that game is. So.
Landon, Devil Dog game. How important is the Devil Dog game for the Bulldogs to get a win?
I think it's pretty important, especially after these last 2 years. Just doing our job and coming out with a W is pretty important to us right now.
It's supposed to be sunny on Friday,
so
I think you're going to be okay. It won't be a muddy mess like it was last year. Rush, how important is the Devil Dog games? You had talked about, you're getting just a sandwich out of the fridge or something, and it gets mentioned now. But how often does this get mentioned about the Devil Dog game?
It gets a lot, yeah. But, yeah, just a lot. Talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the live stream wasn't on, he could probably tell you how I really feel about it.
He's like, I'm not going to say any more than I need to right now. But it is great, these two teams facing off. And as I was asking Coach Bloom as well, for this rivalry go on for as long as it has, 1960, and then you had the tie, and Chet Looney's first victory was in the Devil Dog game, if I recall, and it's just really cool that this has been going on for as long as it has. How has a rivalry like this been sustained for so long?
I think, it's both teams care, both communities care, and there's so much overlap. There are a lot of other communities that are close, but don't necessarily overlap. I have 2 Danville varsity football coaches that attend the church that I pastor at. So it's like I'm their pastor, and then I'm coaching against them. And these guys have made friends playing biddy ball with some of the Danville players since 3rd grade, and so and they have family members. There's just so much overlap that it's hard not to put so much on the line with it because both fan bases care passionately about it.
Yeah. Landon, you look at this fan base here at East Knox, and shout out to the horn for Lindsay. But how awesome is the fan base there for the East Knox Bulldogs and the energy that they give to you guys on the field?
Oh, it's great. Everybody shows up to support, and I think our fans are all in on us and all there to support and do whatever is best for us. So
you seem like a guy that's pretty laid back, if I can tell. If you won the lottery, would you kind of feel the same way that you do right now? Would you be like, oh, yeah, it's cool?
Honestly,
yeah.
I probably wouldn't have much of a reaction.
You can give it to me. I'll do the reaction for you. Rush, the fans at East Knox, how awesome are they?
They're amazing. I mean, the horn. I love the horn.
We hear that at the radio station.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That horn goes off, and she's threatened for years to bring it in one of these restaurants.
Yeah.
If that happened, we'd probably be asked to leave. But that thing's loud.
Yeah. It's kind of evolved over the years,
Oh, that's
too.
scary. That's horrifying.
Yeah. She used to have a cart and wheel it in, but now
really?
she's got it. She's got it down to a science.
Yeah,
so.
you just fit it in a backpack or something like that.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
Yep.
All right. Well, she was supposed to come down and interview with us last year. Didn't show up, by the way. So she owes us an interview as one of these times. But, hey, best of luck to the East Knox Bulldogs. And the Devil Dog game this upcoming Friday night. Hey, it's at home.
That's right.
And it's a place that I could get to.
There you go. Can't miss it.
Yeah, appreciate you joining us. Again, Coach Andy Beatty. He's going to stay up here with us. Landon Dawson and Rush Beatty, we thank you guys for joining us here. Let's take this quick break. We'll come back and talk with the coaches for a few minutes here. It is the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show from Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon on WMVO.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products is how you keep people coming back. That's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-4240 or visit us at 10 East Vine Street.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Cubbage Electric and Plumbing is a proud sponsor of The Ohio State University.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
All right, we are back here at Pizza Cottage, South Main Street in Mount Vernon, and we're just going to talk with the coaches here for a few minutes on the program. We appreciate them joining us. Devil Dog game coming up Friday night, WMVO Facebook page live streaming, and WQIO on the radio 93.7, and you can listen in. We'll have Sports Roundtable beginning at 6. And we'll send it out to the game around 6:45, come back at halftime, give you some scores on Sports Roundtable, then throw it back out, and then come get it back. We're just going to toss it back and forth. We're going to have some fun. Devil Dog game here Friday night. Andy, you look at this Danville team. It's a tough football team. And what do you see as the biggest keys for your guys and some of the things that you guys have to do on Friday night to get a win?
Yeah, they're a really well-coached team, and, they're able to impose their will. You can tell they want to run the ball. They want to capitalize off of that. And so, for us, we want to stop the run, which I don't think is probably any secret for either of us, and we want to run the ball. So, I think it's going to be a big game trying to impose your will there.
Yeah. Coach Bloom, what do you have to do? Beat East Knox and win the football game on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, not to take away from him, but a lot of the same things he said. I mean, they do a nice job in their run game as well. They protect their base schemes with a lot of good stuff off of it, so you can't really hone in on this one thing. So obviously, if we want to have success, we need to stop their ground game and then offensively establish our ground game, develop our passing game off of it, and just do the little things right.
Everybody healthy for Friday night? You're going to be pretty good? You guys healthy?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Oh, I didn't expect any other answer from you guys. All right, Friday night, it's the Devil Dog game, and it'll be on the Super Q 93.7 on the radio, live stream on the WMVO Facebook page. Join us Friday night. It's going to be a big one, and we are excited about the game. Thanks so much to East Knox and Danville joining us once again. Thanks to Gary with 2 R's, Delaney with an L for joining us here on the program. They're probably sick of me saying that to them, but you know what?
I think they like it.
Yeah, you know what?
I
They're
keep
20
doing it.
years old. They're going to have to get used to it. All right, appreciate them joining us, and appreciate all of our great sponsors, of course, as well, for joining us here on the program. Thanks to Pizza Cottage for all the work that they do here, and appreciate them having us here. We're going to be back at it next week, 7 o'clock, so join us right back here. It's WMVO, the Griffin